Chapter 16. Dignity of labor. People work in different positions and capacities to make a living. All work is important and there is no bad or good work. We must respect and value people who help us. Meaning of labor. Work is important for earning a living. The word, labor, refers to the work we perform. There are two main kinds of labor, manual or physical labor and intellectual labor. People involved in manual labor, such as masons, cobblers or sweepers, use their hands to do their task. In contrast, professionals like engineers, lawyers, doctors and counselors perform intellectual labor, as they rely on their knowledge, thinking and judgment. Meaning of dignity of labor. The concept of dignity of labor means that all workers, regardless of whether they are involved in manual labor or intellectual labor, deserve equal treatment and respect. No worker, especially physical worker, should be discriminated on the basis of his/her occupation. Every job and worker holds inherent dignity, and we should honor and appreciate all forms of work. In other words, a physical laborer or worker is as respectable as an engineer or a doctor. Dignity or respect can be achieved only through hard work and sincerity towards the work that one does. It is considered that a beggar has no dignity of work or labor he/she does. In fact, a beggar does not do any type of physical or intellectual labor. Therefore, begging is prohibited and is considered as an offense. Dignity of labor in ancient India. The system of education was quite different in ancient India. There was Gurukul system of education. The schools were called ashrams, where all the students were treated equally. Whether the student was a prince or a poor Brahman's son, they all had to do manual work in the ashram. Interestingly, this manual labor was considered an integral part of their education. In the Gurukul system of education, the teachers were called gurus. Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Swami Vivekanand and Rabindranath Tagore taught us dignity of labor. Swami Vivekananda talked about loving all the Indians and regarding them as brothers and sisters. Rabindranath Tagore said that the God is there where a laborer is working on the road in scorching heat of the sun. So, for the progress of an individual, the society and the nation, it is necessary to respect the dignity of labor. Importance of an occupation. The work a person does to earn his or her livelihood is called an occupation. It is not possible for any one individual to perform all types of work, as we rely on others for essential services. If any one occupation stops functioning, it can have a negative effect on society. For instance, a doctor cannot take up farming, and a computer engineer may not be able to stitch clothes or make furniture. This is why every adult should have some occupation. Every type of work has its own value, and every worker deserves dignity and respect. Volunteership and social service. Some professions or works are voluntary. We do not earn money from them. Social workers. Some good people do work without taking money. They volunteer to do the work only to help others or to serve the society. This selfless form of service is called social work, and those who dedicate themselves to it are called social workers. Volunteers. A volunteer is an individual who selflessly offers his service without expecting payment. There are some people who help during a festival to control the traffic, or help others to maintain queue. During any natural calamity, many people come forward to help the victims physically. Such people are called volunteers. We should hold great respect for them. Importance of dignity of labor. Labor is the root of the strength of a nation. A country cannot prosper if its citizens are not laborious. In other words, if we do not give importance to the dignity of labor at national level, our country will not prosper. The economic well-being of a country largely depends on three sectors: agriculture, industry and trade. To grow in these sectors, we rely on the efforts of ordinary laborers working in the fields, factories, mines and mills. Their employers should respect them and pay them well, because it is ultimately their labor that leads to the prosperity of the nation.